Welcome to Hot Tub Talks with Mark and Latasha.
Good morning. Such a nice, lovely morning.
Beautiful fall morning. No clouds.
Mm-hmm. Our topic for today is taking action.
And so Latasha gets up at like 5:30 in the morning before Hot Tub Talks and has her personal time where she reads lots of books and works on her own book and puts things together, and it's like her creative time while I'm snoozing. She wakes me up briefly at 5:30 and then I'm like back to sleep until Hot Tub Talks.
Yes.
So she'll read and find a topic,
and sometimes it's a topic and some type of either revelation or something that I want to share with people or something I want to, we want to noodle out. So yeah, where I am at this stage in life is taking more action. I'm a planner.
Mm-hmm.
I will plan the mess out of something. Lots of plans.
Yep, lots of plans.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I'm at that point in life where I'm just, planned enough, I'm winging it.
Yeah. But this is why we make a great couple. We complement each other well. Because I'll say something and next thing you know, just like everything, I would just mention anything. And we have the our yoga room, and I was like, oh yeah, this would be great, blah blah blah. And I was like, I'm thinking about doing this. And next thing you know, I wanted to do the booty bar,
you wanted a stretching bar.
Yeah.
Ballet or yeah. And of course, there's a workout series called the Booty Bar.
The Booty Bar,
which is an amazing series, by the way.
It's a great series, and I took the training and
learned how to teach it, everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and just enough, but I didn't have enough. Anyway, I did all of that, and a bar showed up, and he, every time I look at that bar, I'm like, oh, I was supposed to do so much with it. I still use it, of course, when my clients come over.
You got mirrors on the wall, you got the bar, you got the full yoga room set up.
Yes. When my clients come over, I use it, and I use some of the teachings and things. And so I am working on learning to just take more action because I plan. So how do I take action?
Yeah, because what did we hear last night from our like a great business mentor, right? It was like, people will Google the heck out of stuff, right? And try and learn all that they can, before ever moving forward, right? Yeah. And they always are like, they talk about the information constipation, where it's just like you're just stuck.
You're stuck,
right? You got too much information, right? And now you really can't make a decision.
Yeah.
Right. Because too many goods, too many bads, all at once.
Yeah, and what I always call the leaf, right? What's the leaf in your life that's preventing you? There's something that it could be small that stops you in your tracks.
Yep, and if you know what that reference is from, leave it in the comments. The leaf that gets in your way.
The leaf that gets in your way.
Or the twig.
Leaf
or a twig.
Leaf or twig. Yes. You know what that is, leave it in the comments. And so with that leaf, I've gotten good at identifying the leaf, but still not making forward progress. Take Hot Tub Talks, for example. Great ideas. And this is the one thing that I appreciate about you, what you said about me a long time ago. You said, you have no shortage of ideas.
Yeah. And the reason I said that is she was concerned about giving away her ideas. Right, and letting other people have them and run with them because she believed she had a shortage of ideas. And I'm like, you have no shortage of ideas, right? You can give away 10 a day. And so tomorrow there'll be another 10 just waiting, right?
Yep. And that really shifted my thinking. And so now I just provide ideas to people all the time because I am an idea generating machine. That is my thing. But
so another topic for another day
another topic
is how you sew into people, and what you say to people can affect them for a lifetime.
Exactly.
So be positive.
Oh yeah. Well, so yeah, we probably should have talked. So we'll table that one for tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll table that one.
We'll table that one for tomorrow. So I remember that.
So back to action.
Action. And so.
And ideas.
And ideas.
Generating ideas, infinite store.
And I have to learn how to, and I guess this is the thing. It's like, what do you need to learn for at the time? You know, like, because I would go and I would just get things done, and I didn't require anyone, right? I didn't need anyone. I would just do it. But then I had to learn how to take other people's feelings and things into consideration. And then this pendulum swung all the way to the other end. And then I felt like I couldn't move without getting a consensus. First, like I had to have buy-in from everyone before moving forward. And then now it's just like, now I'm not moving forward because I'm waiting on people, right? And so what is that balancing act, right? And I think when you just get going, you know what you need, but you just have to get going, right? You have to be the one that starts it.
Yeah. Well, again, there's a couple ways to look at that, right? Depends on what, it's like, John Maxwell, right? From a leadership standpoint, it's like, yeah, you get going, and then different types of people will come along with you, right? But there's no real point in waiting for the people to come along before you get going.
Yeah.
Right. You get started, and you're looking for the people who believe in the direction that you're headed.
Yes.
And of course, some people will say they believe, right? But you're really looking for those, I hate to say true believers, right? But that's really what you're looking for, right? You're looking for the people who believe in you, they believe in the cause, they believe in, the entirety of the mission.
Yep. And
can be submission or submissive to the mission, right? Under the mission.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You say they're able to submit to the mission, and we can have a whole entire
another conversation
talk about the word submission and what it means. But really briefly, it just means to come under,
under the mission.
Under the mission. And so.
Yeah, not try and change it. And that's what we talk about often about, fund your own dreams. Because as soon as somebody else writes the check, then it becomes their dream and they direct it.
Yes.
Right. So
exactly.
Yeah, a lot of little side notes to explain things. But like, again, going into kind of like our thought process of how we work through, I guess, a funnel of guiding principles. Right. And so, so it's like, okay, you have to put in the action. You need to start it, right? Yeah. You don't need consensus. You don't need.
No. Yeah.
You don't need to group first.
On the front end, you have to be the one to take that first step.
Yeah.
And as you take that step and you get going,
Yeah. There's between leadership and management. Right?
Yes. Right.
Or the military. You take that first step.
It's like,
private.
You have to take that first step. And as you're moving, again, there are people that are going to come along with you that want to, because one of the things that I've also heard is like, if you want to go far.
If you want to go fast, go by yourself.
Yes, that's what it is.
Right. If you want to go far, take people with you.
Yes. And so I'm like, well, I want to go far. I got to find people. But I am not, or I'm going to, I was going fast, but now I'm not even going anywhere because I'm waiting on people to come and join the trek, the journey. And so, I've just been looking at, okay, just taking some action. And sometimes that action is just as simple as me. I got a calendar and I was like, I just need to talk to people and write down their name of people that I've talked to, right? Doesn't matter if like what it's for or anything like that. Just talk to people and just to see what can I just talk to people, right? That was my first action. And I've been talking to a ton of people, more than I thought that I did, right? And in talking to people, I am finding people where my message resonates with them. And so that was just the first step, right? Or the next step, I would say. I have an idea, and I've spoken with so many women that are interested in this idea, and they're like, when is it happening? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm waiting to get, and so,
Right.
and they're like,
You want 3 times as many people to pre-sign up for a thing that's not scheduled yet.
Yes.
Yeah. So that way, a third, right? You'll fill it up instantly.
Yep. And that's the thing. And they're like, just pick a day. Just pick a day and do it. And so I just have to pick a day, find a location, do the thing. And if I'm the only one sitting there, being okay with that. And so that means I got to find something that, I can afford alone, regardless if anyone shows up or not. And so it's like, I'm not going to find the perfect day that's going to fit everyone's schedule and everything. And so those are just the things that that become my leaf. Like, oh, I'm going to do all this work, and I could be at home spending time with my family, or I could be doing this, or, there's so many other things that I could be doing. And I've just worn myself out about the couldas, shouldas, and possibilities. What are you thinking?
No, it's like, I'm just thinking back to, again, those times that that things get in the way, right? Or that it doesn't work out the way we expect it to, right? Yeah. So I was going back through my records of your life. So
anything pop out?
As Dana would say, accessing. And she can tell that I have a look on my face, I guess, of when I'm accessing deep storage.
And, there was a TV show where the main character, when he would sit and things would flash away, and he had this look on his face. Do you remember what that TV show?
I mean, there are several.
There are several.
Yeah.
Yes. But this one was set with, were they? I don't think they were interns.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just enough.
Yes, they were medical.
Okay.
People, yes.
All righty. So then if you know that reference, so whenever I see that look on his face, I can tell that he's thinking something. And then I just ask. And I've gotten good at figuring out with a lot of other people as well but I haven't challenged them to just say, hey, what are you thinking about right now?
Only me. Okay. So anyway, back to those instances where you have the leaf of what if it doesn't come together like I think.
So did something pop in your head that I've done in the past?
Oh, just, in the time out of the coast, when, you were supposed to have put together a big retreat for women and everything like that, but it ended up just being a couples weekend with the families and stuff like that. So again, we used it for something else. But
yeah. I mean, it was amazing.
Yeah, it was a great weekend.
It was a great weekend, but I don't know that I could have, I did have someone with me at that time. It was 2 of us who did it. And, can I afford that? Or do I just do, again, the ugly first draft? Do something like, all right, this isn't the place that I really want to be at, but let me just get started and just do this retreat. Let me just, I don't like to call it a retreat. Let me do this event.
Purposeful pit stop.
You shared my stuff.
You've got other ideas. Don't worry about it.
I know. Yes.
And once it gets out in the public, then nobody can use it. Patent pending or trademark pending.
Yes. So, but yeah, that is, but taking action, not just on that, but on completing the book about our life, completing the series. I have an entire series or 30-day series of doing things from nutrition, walking, working, mindset, like all of those things, and putting them together. Like I have all the information in a great Excel spreadsheet. but I am not doing anything with it. And so this morning I was sitting in my chair in my purple robe, in my, some people call it a war room, your thinking closet, whatever it is, your thinking chair.
For me, it's a command center.
Yes, yes, your command center.
What Latasha calls my high chair. Doesn't have the impact of command center.
Oh gosh, because sometimes I got to keep you grounded. I mean, it's cool. It is way cool. But I was just sitting there and I was like, I need to go live on Instagram. And I just made the choice, like, I'm going to do it from my robe because it's more important to get the information out there than to try to look perfect, be dressed up, and my hair is done, and the perfect background, and is the plant in the
perfect script, a perfect setup.
Yeah. And it's just like, I just want to get the information out there. But, it's just like, oh, if you do this, it has to look this way. And I'm like, no, the information is more important. And so if it is more important, how do I just take action? And so that is my commitment. I was about to say my goal.
Mm-hmm. Your commitment is to take action.
My commitment is to take action on something every single day.
No matter how it looks.
No matter how it looks, whether that's writing for 5 minutes or creating a flyer, but actually posting something or just getting something in the hands of someone else. Sharing, because that's what it's all about for me. I want to share what I have learned.
Yeah.
So
share what other people have shared with you.
Yes, there you go. Yeah. Pay it forward.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's not like you're just sitting there thinking things up, right? This is lots of people have sown lots of information into you, right? And the only real way we can repay them, right, is to share it.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you to all those people. You know who you are. We'll let you know. We can let you know.
Yes. And one of the.
And so what? I mean, today you took action there, and it didn't look perfect, and there were some leaves in the way, right? But you still did it.
I did it, and it wasn't as bad as I thought.
Yeah. And somebody told it to me. It's never as good as you think. It's never as bad as you think.
I was sitting there with my finger hovering over the button. Should I do it? And it's easy to say, oh, I'm going to go do it after this. I'm going to go, well, Mark's down in the hot tub waiting for me.
For like 20 minutes.
I know.
Maybe 30.
I was like, oh, I should get down there. But if I would have stopped myself, it would have just created a negative habit of stopping myself again. And so it was just like, nope, just push it and go for it. It's happening,
Yes. Yeah. And action is the key.
Action is the key.
Right. It's just taking that first step, right? And even just, yesterday, I mean, put off doing chores, right? It could be a big thing. It could be very small things, right? It's just waiting forever. And I just needed to get started. And then all of a sudden, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. And it was just continually getting things done, right?
Yeah.
And not just sitting in my command center.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
And then I have that, everyone's sitting down and playing games. I should be, like everyone, but that's really not me. I'd much rather be up and working anyway.
Yeah.
It's like I actually have to force myself to sit down and take a break.
Correct. Yeah.
Because when I go, I do go. And you were so kind to point it out to me yesterday, but I give you a pass because you were fasting.
Oh, yes. Yes, I was just finishing up a multi-day fast.
Yeah.
And it was right before I was going to make 3 steaks. Have tons of protein.
Yes. Because I came home, again, gone.
Yeah, we'd been out and about talking with people.
I had been out and about since, I don't even know, like Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we got up, out and about church, hanging out after church, then, shopping errands and all that stuff. And then we finally get home and it's almost like three something.
By the way, we were so nice to the checkout cashier. Lady at the cashier at Safeway. She gave us free money off our food.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That was nice. I was like, oh, and I was there too, so it wasn't like you just got it because you're looking all cute.
Because I got my John Wick suit on, my purple tie, and my
earpiece.
My earpiece makes me look like a FBI agent.
Oh God, I love that. It's like when you walk in and then you like look around the store,
and then you follow in behind me.
I know. It's like you're just looking like Secret Service.
Yep.
I was like, I like this. Oh gosh, but yeah. So no, that was. I mean, again, you just take time to notice people. She was,
Yeah, she was having it looked like she was having a rough day.
A rough day
before we got in her line.
So just taking time and asking people like, "How are you doing?"
Yeah, because she said fine, and then I'm like,
fine.
Really? You really doing okay?
And then that just gave her the opportunity to share, and so
Yep.
So yeah.
But yeah, and that for me is action.
And that's action,
right? Because usually I would just keep my mouth shut. I'd have my Terminator face on, right? Scanning. Target. Those things that run through my mind, right? Like if a bear runs into this grocery store right now, what would I do?
He's always like, you should never be surprised. So,
yep. Here's another one. Their head splits open and aliens fly out. You should have expected it. Yep. Let me know where that is in the comments.
So yeah.
But it's action. Yeah. Anyway, so I was taking action. I got home. I've been putting something off. I just need to get it done. And I was in a bad mood because I was hungry. I was angry. And so I was like, I better go do something or I'm going to be mad at everybody. And just when I come in after working for I don't know, 2 or 3 hours.
2 hours, 2.5 hours by your comment.
Oh, by my comment. Yes.
I was still sitting in the same spot. And the only thing that moved me from the spot is my best friend came driving up here. And that was the only reason why I got up out of the spot. But I went back in and sat in the same spot. And he comes in and he's like, what have you been doing for the last 2.5 hours? I was like, oh, okay. I said, I've been sitting because I've been gone for the entire weekend and I'm relaxing. And I said, I'm going to chalk this up as you being hangry because you're fasting. And I know you're not trying to start an argument with me right now.
So then I let it go. And then I made 3 wonderful steaks and I felt much better about life.
He was much better. And happier. Took action and made some steak.
Yep. It's all about action.
It's all about action. So yeah. So what are those actions that you can take?
Yeah. Or what are the things that you've been putting off that you just need to take the first step?
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't matter how it looks. I think that's the key. It doesn't matter how that first step looks. It could be a trip forward as long as it's forward.
Yes.
Right? It could be a stumble. It could be whatever. But just take that first step.
Yep.
Right.
Which,
however bad it looks.
To me, I wanted to clean up the back area for my crafting area, but it required a lot of things. And so instead of figuring like I had to have enough time to do the entire space, because I get that, home improvement type mentality, like, oh, you can do it in one day.
Exactly.
You can remodel your home in
one day.
Like that's not real life. There's a whole crew that helps with that, stuff. And so I was just like, all right, I'm just going to pull things off the shelf. And then there's a suggestion that came up. Oh, you should paint it. Okay, I'm going to paint it. And then you paint it. And so it's just been a progress over the last 3 weeks or so, 3 weeks or so. But I've made such great progress. Is it complete? No, but it's more to the liking and what I want it to be. But I just had to take that first step of just doing something. So what is that first step that you can take for that thing that you've either been putting off? If you're writing a book, just open up a Word document and put the title page.
Yep, title page, right? Or your outline, or some the saying that you want to base the entire book around, right? Whatever that is.
Whatever it is.
Write it down.
Just do something, and just that action alone will give you.
It's got that home project. Just take a sledgehammer and take one swing.
Just one swing.
And then it starts.
It starts.
You're like, oh crap! Now there's a hole in the wall. So, or my sink is missing. Whatever it is.
Whatever it is, and just keep.
Or that
on.
business idea.
Yep.
Exactly. Just take a first step.
Take the first step.
And with that, we will conclude Hot Tub Talks with Mark and Natasha.